Hi everyone, welcome to the Eternal Quest Tarot. Thank you so much for being here, for choosing to watch this video. I really appreciate your presence. And a special thank you to all of those who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it a lot. Please know that. Okay, so today I'm doing another pick-a-pile reading, and this one is going to be for singles, people who are looking for love. And we are going to be asking the question, what's coming up in your love life? So I'm going to explore and kind of leave the door wide open for any kind of messages to come in, whether it's like how you're going to find love, what kind of person are you attracting into your life right now, and if the time frame, that is, if Spirit does provide that answer. So yeah, I have my 3 piles ready here. The first one, by the way, these are new crystals that I got. Not very expensive at all, but I love the quality of that crystal. So these are fire and ice quartz, and the first choice is the purple one or the blue one, sapphire one. I don't know, kind of looks more purple in person, and on camera it's coming off as more blue. And with the Cook's Tarot, the second choice is this burnt orange fire and ice quartz with the Good Tarot, and the third one is this pink fire and ice quartz shaped like a wand, a tower, with the Art of Life tarot deck. And yeah, I pulled out the fairly new tarot decks. Like, this one is pretty old, but these two are fairly new and I have not used them much. But yeah, let's see where the reading takes us. Let's see what messages come up for you. I'll have the timestamps below in the description box, so just click on it and it will take you to your reading. I'll see you there. Hello, my pile 1 people. So if you chose this blue fire and ice quartz, this is your reading with the Cook's Tarot, and we are going to start with the tarot messages first, as usual. Okay, that jumped out. That's the 9 of Swords. You're starting with a card that represents like a lot of stress, which tells me that you have been stressing out about your love life, or maybe a connection from the past. Anyways, so as I was saying, we're going to start with the tarot, then go into the oracle messages. So what's coming up for you in your love life? Pile 1. We have the Devil. Okay, with the 9 of Swords and the Devil energy here, and it kind of looks like, this person's hands are cuffed and they are, there's a lot going on in the card, but kind of like a stuck energy. And this makes me feel like maybe you are, for some of you, you are definitely under a lot of stress. And this stress, of course, is to do with your love life and, worrying about what's going to happen next. Worried about the kind of person you'll find next, maybe, or what have you. But with the Devil energy, I kind of feel like this is addressing a past relationship and you being still feeling a little stuck with the details of that. So maybe you are thinking about it a lot. Maybe you are going over the details of that in your head, and just feeling stuck. The dysfunctional thoughts, maybe your past experience in the relationship that you just ended. This is definitely like this pile, I feel like it's for people who have had bad experiences in the past. It could be talking about like one relationship, one single relationship, or just like relationships in general. So somebody who has felt like unlucky in love. And the Devil is talking about, being stuck with the negative thoughts in your head. Maybe you're thinking, that you are attracting all the wrong people in your life. You keep attracting pain, and not knowing how to break free of that cycle is what I'm feeling like. Okay, so let's get some more. Whoops, this card jumped out. We have the King of Cups. Okay. So this reading starts off with a lot of stress and a lot of like stuck energy. Kind of like the devil is also talking about the obstacles or the blockages or the hindrances within you, the person who's watching this pile one reading. A negative mindset, being stuck in a negative mindset, you know, because of the past pains, as I said. It starts off with that, but I want to see where this reading goes and what comes up. I'm definitely going to get advice cards for you. We have the Two of Swords. Okay. So it's possible that for some of you with the King of Cups energy here, that there has been somebody who has been brought into your life by spirit, by the universe, by God, whatever you call it. But I feel like you might have met someone recently, but with the Two of Swords energy, I feel like you guys are not yet ready. I mean, as in emotionally ready to move on to this relationship and like shed the baggage of the past, or like untrap yourself from the negative headspace that you find yourself in. Okay, which is understandable because, you know, your past experiences have been hurtful. They have been very painful, as I see here. And that might make you scared as well to like explore this new relationship that might be, you know, something that is extremely new and you don't get know all the details of this person. But because of the fear, because of the negative headspace that you find yourself in, you might be quite closed off, I feel like, and not giving this relationship the chance that it deserves. Okay. And because of the pain and because of, you know, the painful situations that you have handled in the past, and also where you are right now as a result of all of that, it's possible that you're even not seeing the situation clearly. I'm noticing, you know, this moon, the presence of the moon in this Two of Swords card as well. So the moon for me is talking about, or always talks about, you know, our fears, our shadows, all the aspects of our shadows, like our limited thinking, the wounds that we have sustained, not just from relationships, but from our past, from our childhood even sometimes. And just a wounded energy is coming across for you guys, unfortunately. I see that here. And that might be making you, you know, quite incapable of giving this new connection, which I feel like is represented by the King of Cups. You just find yourself incapable of giving this as much attention and care that it deserves. It's also possible that you're not seeing this person for who they are, as in you might have some conflicting thoughts about this new connection that has just formed and that has entered your life. And it's possible, like Spirit is saying, what's basically Spirit is saying is that your judgment of this person, if there is a person in your life that has come in, your judgment of this person might be flawed, and it is worth looking into, looking within, as in within yourself, to and to question your own thoughts. Okay, if there is nobody on the horizon, like for those of you watching, if there is no one at the horizon right now, and you really are just by yourself, then this King of Cups, I feel like, is talking about a connection that is soon to come into your life. But the word of caution, I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to be more ready to not only welcome this connection into your life, but to give it its due. you know, to be able to see things clearly. Okay. So take that as a word of advice, take that as a word of caution. Let me get some more. Let me see how the reading unfolds, and I want to get some more, but I'm pretty sure like you will get some kind of like pointers, like definite pointers and definite advice as to how to tackle this situation. But I feel like you're still stuck in the past and still processing the pain, you know, which is quite a process. It's quite understandable. Excuse me. Let's see what else comes up. Nine of Cups. Okay. But this is definitely talking about a connection. This is Temperance. Okay. It's possible that you have been on a date with this person and met them pretty briefly. And I feel like with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups energy, such contrast energy. And by the way, for me as a tarot reader, if you're finding my video for the very first time, I also look at where the cards fall organically, and I do look at the surrounding cards, and their energies kind of inform the energy of the card that I'm reading. And there is such a contrast between the Nine of Swords energy and the Nine of Cups energy, and I feel like even though you're going through a lot of pain and you are processing the pain from the past, from a past connection, you're still really trying to put yourself out there, to be open to the possibility of new love. Okay, so this could be maybe you have joined some dating websites, maybe you are actively looking to meet someone, as in through friends, through your own connections. You have put the word out there, is what I mean. And you're really trying to move past all of this and find a sense of balance, okay? The Temperance is all about finding our own sense of balance and being able to manage our thoughts and emotions and keeping ourselves in a balanced, grounded position. Okay, so I can see that you are really trying to get out of this stuck position of the Nine of Swords, the Devil energy, and also the Two of Swords, but you're still not there yet. I feel like you're still not ready to make that decision, which is fine. You know, I'm not saying that you need to change how you feel, because we literally cannot do that. I definitely believe that with all my heart, that we cannot change how we feel. We have to pay attention to our feelings. Feelings are like kind of the internal compass for our soul that guides us in one direction or the other. So take your time with this. Take your time with this. But in the Nine of Cups and the Temperance, I can see that you are attempting to open up yourself to the possibility of dating someone, okay? Someone new. So let's get some more, but there's still some healing left for you to do. But I feel like, you know, just with the positivity of the Nine of Cups card, because Nine of Cups, actually, it's a very brave place to be in. It's like making a wish. So in this case, of course, like wishing to meet someone new, to bring in a new love, open yourself up to the possibility of a new love. And when we are in that, you know, wishing state of mind, it's a very brave place to be in, because we do not know, like we literally do not know how things are going to turn out, do we? We don't ever know, right? So that's very good of you, like, you know, very brave of you, I must say, that you are actually, you know, allowing yourself this opportunity to invite a new love into your life. And with the Temperance card, I feel like you realize the importance of always being, always feeling balanced. And that's how I feel like you present yourself to the world. And you're trying to like break the chains of the past from the Devil card and moving towards Temperance. okay? Aligning yourself to this new version of you. You're a work in progress, but I feel like there's a conscious, dedicated effort on your part to get to this place, to always feel balanced. And also with this, like opening up yourself to the possibility of finding someone new, that action, that decision in itself, I feel like has been a huge contributor, or like a fuel for you to feel more balance, or to bring in more balance, and to move past this pain. Even though it's still there, I see that it's still in your energy, and from time to time it might, it might be something that really pulls you down. But as I said, really brave of you, my pile 1 people watching this reading, that you're really trying. I get that sense very clearly, okay? But know, as a word of like caution, as Anna said, and advice, that acknowledge and know that within yourself, that you might be, because of the experiences of the past and what you're having to deal with, there is a possibility that you might be, or your perspective might be a little skewed and not perfect. So how you are evaluating new connections, okay? Spirit is saying question that, okay? Don't try to, or like, not don't try to, but don't become too caught up with the conflicting thoughts in your mind, and just allow things to flow. That's the sense that I'm getting. It's important that you allow things to flow and be present to what comes up in your life, rather than getting too worried because of the conflicting thoughts, because Spirit is saying that those thoughts are only because of your past experiences. And that's one of the things that you need to break from in order to move on, in order to feel more balanced. So, the work that you need to do is to really question the way you evaluate things. Okay, this is kind of like a mirror moment in this reading for you guys. And I know that every time like a mirror moment comes up, it's extremely difficult to hear, because readings that are focused on your own self, readings that ask you to focus within yourself, they can be a little challenging to do, but they are the most transformative, the most important, okay, in my opinion. So Spirit is saying, be careful of how you analyze, and listen to your heart more than your thoughts. Listen and engage with your heart. Like this person's, she's closing her eyes, like she has her hand above her eyes. So, and she has one hand on her heart. Okay. So this is, not paying attention so much to the like two swords, or like conflicting thoughts, not really looking at the surface details of things. When we date other people, we look at their surface details even before we get to know them really well, and we tend to draw our conclusions. That's just how the human mind works, okay? But Spirit is saying that it's time to connect with your heart space. Allow your feelings, how you feel about the person, be the guide, and that's something that's, going to unfold really slowly, maybe. Because, to get in touch with our feelings and to be very sure of how we feel towards someone, it's a gradual process. It doesn't happen in an instant, or in a date, or even in 2 dates. So, oh, look at that, the Strength card. Like I said, you guys are really strong, like you have a really strong spirit. And the Strength card to me is talking about the fact that this experience, as you're trying to move past the baggage from the past and open up yourself to a new future, looking ahead and moving ahead, this experience of this transition, that's going to be something that is going to add to your spiritual strength, okay? Because think about what we have to do in order to really move past pain and really become organically feel more balanced, feel more positive. The thing that we have to do is control our thoughts, okay? Control as in not like aggressively control them with force and not try to control or manipulate ourselves, but it's the hope, it's the faith, okay, in our own futures that helps us in disengaging from the negative thought patterns and everything that our minds are telling us about the future and trying to scare us, because the mind goes, this is what happened with you in the past with a similar person. Therefore, this person is going to, for example, break your heart as well. That's just one of the examples. But it's the insidious nature of the negative thinking that we are trying to control and not listen to, okay? You are constantly working on refocusing yourself when you are transitioning from an old version of yourself that had all that, comes with all the past experience, the past pain that you have been through, and you're recalibrating to this new version that you're trying to create. There's a lot of faith, a lot of hope, and a lot of self-love that goes into this exercise. And Spirit is saying that, keep doing what you're doing, because this is going to spiritually strengthen you like nothing else. Okay? It's a very spiritually strengthening time for you right now. And everything that you're trying to do, that will be acknowledged. That will be acknowledged by the universe. And you will, I feel like, achieve success in your endeavors in your romantic life, I feel like. But just keep in mind the message of the Two of Swords. Connect with your heart, connect with your feelings, and go by your feelings. Treat everything as a fresh chapter. Try not to look at the details of the new connections that you form from the lens of the past. We have transformation, okay? Death is a major transformation coming. As I said, you guys are really in transition, and you are, I feel like, consciously trying to change yourself, trying to change your vibe. Death card here is an acknowledgement of that, okay? The kind of transformation that comes from the Death card is very deep, very real, and like literally a felt experience. Like you feel like a whole new person. I feel like as you allow yourself, as you keep being positive, keep putting yourself out there, keep being hopeful, keeping the faith, and focus on bringing in balance into your life, feeling more grounded. As you continue with this spiritual strengthening exercises, there will be a time in your life in the near future when you're going to look back and think about what you were working with a few months ago, and you're not going to recognize yourself, okay? That's the kind of transformation that you're going through at this time, and Spirit is acknowledging that and telling you, keep going, keep recalibrating, keep focusing on the future, okay? You are doing a really, really good job at manifesting a new you, and therefore you will manifest a new kind of life, a new kind of love, a new kind of romance. This card flipped over, the King of Pentacles. Look at that. So with the King of Cups, this could also be talking about actually the person from your past that has really hurt you. Or it could be for some of you a new love connection that Spirit is saying that you're not seeing it in the right perspective. So those are the two distinct messages. But with the King of Pentacles energy, I feel like you will find the kind of love that you are looking for. Meaning, I feel like you guys are looking for long-term commitment. Of course, most of us are. For some of us, of course, I know that is not something that they are looking at this time, which is absolutely fine. They're both the same and equal. But most of us are looking for long-term commitment, looking for, building a family, a home. And look at the relaxed kind of atmosphere of this card, So I feel like you are going to attract that kind of a partner, that kind of an energy into your life very soon, or that's what is coming up next. The potential, you will be at that potential, because what we attract in life, or the kind of people that we bring in our life, they really match our vibe. So if I'm saying that you would attract someone like that, I'm also implying that your energy would be right on point, you know, where you would be able to bring in the kind of partner that you are looking for. And I'm seeing, like, you know, as I said, the scene in the King of Pentacles, that's that's a lovely homey kind of scene. I don't know what the word is. I guess I'm trying to say homely, domestic bliss. You know, laying back in the chair, taking a nap in front of the fireplace. There's desserts, and there's the person in the background. And it, of course, doesn't matter whether you're a guy watching this video or if you are the female. That doesn't matter. But domestic bliss, stability, being able to relax, being able to enjoy your life, your home life. So that's very beautiful. That is what is coming up for you guys. And with the King of Pentacles, I feel like the kind of person you will attract that would be a homebody as well. Somebody who appreciates, you know, a loving home, having a stable sort of foundation with the person that they love. So someone very similar in what they are desiring at this time. Okay. So I feel like for pile 1 especially, you are the kind of person who is looking for stability. Then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, so this is all about, you know, look at this. She is looking into the mirror image and she sees herself as someone whose hands are tied behind her back and helpless. But in reality, she's doing her own thing. She's free. Okay, again, as I said, gender fluidity, keep that in mind. If you're a he, that applies to you. So it is all about your perception of yourself. Okay, as simple as that. Sometimes it's possible with the 8 of Swords energy that you feel like you're not ready yet to move on to this new phase, to this new love in your life. Okay, and it's possible that there are many things or many supportive thoughts. They're not true, first of all, but in a negative headspace, when we find ourselves in a negative headspace and we start thinking negatively, 10 different thoughts come up to support that. And where are they coming from? They are coming from our trauma, our past pains. Okay? That doesn't make those thoughts true at all. They are just thoughts. Realize this. They are just thoughts. They are just ideas. In reality, you are this free individual right here. You're not really stuck. You're not really in a cage. And look at that. The cage door is open, but this creature, and I can't tell what it is. It doesn't look like a bird. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is. This creature is sitting in the cage, but the door is open, you know? So this is distinctly Spirit telling you that despite those negative thoughts, recognize that they are coming from your past pain, okay? Allow them to be there, but when you go to act, do your own thing, or, you know, what your heart desires. All right? You're actually ready. Like, this is Spirit telling me, or like telling you, sorry, that the person watching this reading is actually ready to move on to a new relationship. Okay, so if you were looking for some kind of a sign about that, whether you are ready right now or not, then this is your answer. You are. Okay. What this also means is that when the new relationship manifests in your life, okay, when you start meeting new people, or when you find, you know, a partner that you like and you want to consider them in a real and a serious sort of a way, you would just know what to do. You would do the right thing. Okay? Have faith in that. Spirit is saying that you will be guided. They will be guided. And you will just know. You will just know. And you have done the work. You have been working. As I see here with the Temperance, Strength, and Death card, you will have transformed so that you will be able to leave that old self behind. You will be reacting to things differently. That's what the Death card is. Okay? 9 of Pentacles. Again, a card that tells me you are ready. as I said, I had that distinct feeling that you have been really taking care of yourself, and focusing on yourself and feeling more stable, feeling more grounded. And the Nine of Pentacles is that, you know, independent, strong energy that is coming through for you at this time. And after this, the step after this is the Ten of Pentacles, which is again like long-term stability. So again, this is Spirit acknowledging once more that you are more than ready to execute this new phase of your life. Okay? Keep doing the work on yourself. Continue, you know, channeling the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, or everything, you know, that got you to this Nine of Pentacles place. The Fool, ready to take a lead. With the Fool card, I feel like, you know, definitely, well, this is a card of new beginnings, and, you know, something that comes from your transformation. And it also, another message that is coming through is that somebody, or like you might meet someone quite suddenly and in sort of like a least expected sort of a way, while you are doing your own thing, and probably when, you know, you're not even thinking about love or not even thinking about relationships, it's coming all of a sudden. That's the feeling that I got. And the person might surprise you. You might be surprised as to like the circumstances around your meeting. Okay, so really a surprise kind of an energy. Hey, I'm here, all of a sudden I'm here. That's what Spirit is telling me. But definitely is a new beginning coming. It is coming. Okay. All right, so let's get into your oracle messages and see what comes through for you. I want to start with this one. Okay, this is the Psychic. Which one is it? Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle Messages. All right. So I do take jumper cards, but not when I'm dropping cards, because I know myself, I'm a clumsy reader. But let's see. What is coming up in love for pile 1? Gosh, even as I'm sitting here and I was thinking about, you know, the reading and how it unfolded, you guys have really done a good job of, you know, healing yourself, and kudos to you for that. Like, this is me saying from the heart, because I know that it can be so tough to pull yourself out of that muck. And don't pay too much attention to the times that you still feel a little stressed out, nervous, and you still feel like, oh, I'm processing the pain, and maybe you have doubts about the future. Don't pay attention to that. This is just a phase. Focus on these energies, the Nine of Cups, temperance, strength, and, you know, with the Death card, transformation, and know that you are ready for this new beginning. Okay? Keep going is what I want to say to you. Okay, let's see. Solar plexus chakra. So the solar plexus chakra is the base chakra, and it's responsible for creation. It's also the sexual energy for us. And this could, okay, I'm getting two messages. This could mean that this new connection, okay, will allow you to channel, open up, and access the sexual energy. Okay, so a really romantic as well as a sexual connection with someone, and it's possible, you know, that you have been in a phase where, you know, you've not really had a romantic partner for a while, or maybe your sexual experiences in the past have not been great with your previous partners, but this one is really going to help open up that energy center of the body, and just something to do with opening that up and allowing you to channel it. Okay, what that also does, this is the second part of the message, is it also makes us powerful manifestors. I don't know if you know, but sexual energy is very potent when it comes to bringing in what we need or what we want in life. And I feel like with this new connection, it's going to be vibrationally so important in aligning you and opening up this like creative center of your body, that is going to take care of the other aspects of your life as well, like in making you feel fulfilled, loved, connected to this other person, okay? Via your sexual connection to them. All right? Okay, that sounds lovely. That sounds fun. So let's get one more. What is coming up in love for pile 1? Observe. Okay, just the way this card is and the rendition of the card, I kind of feel like it also talks about the different options you go through your dating, and Spirit is saying that, you know, take your time, observe the other person, observe what they do, what they say, and keep an open mind, keep an open heart. And as I said, have faith that you will be guided. Don't feel nervous about taking the wrong decision in the future, or like with this new connections. So out of, you know, you might have many options, I'm getting the feeling, because like this is a very high vibe place to be in. It attracts a lot of energy from, you know, potential partners. So it's possible that there will be a lot of people vying for your attention. But, you know, your job is to really be open to learning more about them, taking your time, observing, and your thoughts, your emotions will be guided. Okay? All right. And look at the like calm kind of expression on this person's face. I feel like this is the energy of someone who already feels fulfilled. Like there's no desperation in like seeking a relationship or feeling any lack with this person, is the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So what that allows us to do when we are in that, you know, in that energy of feeling fulfilled within ourselves, and also with the Nine of Pentacles energy, when we have been filling our own cups, is that it helps us make the right choice, the right decision, and really be present, you know, to the facts of the situation. So we are not driven by other distractions, like maybe just looks, or, you know, the kind of job the other person has, or maybe just the sexual attraction. We are in a much better place, in a more balanced place, which is what I feel like is you're trying to do in your life right now, and you will be able to do it. But from that place, we are able to make the right choice of the right partner. Okay, but give it time, observe and learn, and then take your pick out of the options that will be available to you. Oh my God, I'm dropping the cards. Sorry about that. And we have this card, Confront. Okay, this is talking about the need to heal. This is the moon energy, actually. And like I said, the moon is all about, I observed the moon, a very similar moon in this Two of Swords, the conflicting thoughts. I can't pick up that card, but it's right here. I hope that you can see that. So the moon energy is all about things in our shadows, our fears, our doubts, our confusions, worry, okay, the stress, all of that is coming from the wounding, as I said, with the Nine of Swords. And the devil energy, it's coming from your wounding of the past. Inner child healing is also something that might be relevant and important for some of you watching this video. So not just healing the wounds from the past relationship or relationships, but also inner child healing. Okay, that will, when you do that, when you do the work on healing your inner child, in loving it, in parenting it, which is a whole different, you know, kind of video about how to do that. And let me know if you're interested in me making a video on inner child healing and shadow work and whatnot. But shadow work, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Shadow work is something that is coming up as a recommendation for you guys. And what that does is what that does is it liberates your energy and aligns you even more to the better, newer, healed version of yourself. So with the moon card coming up, as I said, from time to time, there might be, that getting stuck in a negative headspace with you guys. So Spirit is saying, look into confront, as in confront the pain, confront the sadness, confront the aspects of your shadow that are demanding attention and demanding healing, and work on that. So look into inner child healing. There are several very beautiful resources. One book that I do recommend, especially for like trauma, coming from our childhood, especially because I had a lot of that, and I did a lot of work on healing that, and I still continue recalibrating myself to the new version that I want to be. From time to time, like I experience those moments of stress and getting triggered as well. So anyways, the book that I recommend is The Body Keeps the Score, and that is by, let me see if I can find it here. Okay, it's not easily accessible at this time. I'm looking over to my bookshelf, which is on my left. But The Body Keeps the Score. That's a really, really good book to look into inner child healing, trauma healing, just in general. Okay. What else? Let's see. What's coming up in love for one? Crown chakra. It's coming up as reversed. So again, like aligning yourself, or crown chakra, first of all, the energy of the crown chakra is the energy of raising your consciousness, raising your ability to see things much more clearly, to have much more clear thoughts. Okay, and with the Two of Swords energy, one word of caution and advice that came up for you is that is what might be blocked at this time. Okay, so that's why I said, question your thoughts as you go through this process of evaluating other people that you're dating, or like new dates that you go on. And with it being coming up as reversed, I can definitely see that blockage. That is how your past pain has affected you. Okay, when I say that you're blocked, it's not a judgment call, and it's definitely not a statement that I'm making about your own, about your character or your potential even. Okay, so I'm just, what I'm seeing here are kind of the blockages, like I said, and I before beginning the reading, I had kept the door open for that, because understanding our own blockages is very important, as that is what we manifest, keep manifesting until we do the work to clear the blockage. So that's the place that I'm coming from when I talk about a blocked crown chakra, and the kind of being incapable or unable right now to evaluate and see things clearly. And so that is how your past trauma might have affected you. It might have affected the crown chakra especially. So Spirit is saying here that there's still some need to work on yourself, to work on your healing. There's still a little bit left, okay? And as you keep working on it, keep clarifying, you will keep aligning. Like this is literally the solar plexus chakra to the crown chakra, from the bottom to the top, in our energy system. Your alignment will fall into place as you keep doing the work, keep healing yourself. You will find the clarity that you are seeking at this time and that you're needing at this time, because you're opening up this new phase in your life, right? Okay, so let's get some more cards. This is a very new deck. It arrived literally yesterday. And which one is it? The Love Reading Cards by Belinda Grace. I have the box right next to me, so I could tell. Oops. Let me move this to the side. Okay, what's coming up in love? The Divine Feminine. Ooh, look at that. You are rising in your power. So with the pointers and the advice that you got in the reading, I sincerely hope that it is received in the right sense and that it is imbibed, it is worked on, it is adopted and executed, because, my love, you're rising in your power. The divine feminine. She is, a powerful manifester. Again, feminine energy is all about creation. It's all about manifesting and feeling really good and stable in her own power. Okay? So what's coming up is this for you guys. Okay? Aligning even more, feeling beautiful from the inside and the outside. Beauty always starts from within, okay? It doesn't really matter what you look like or how you dress or what you do and whatnot. It's so irrelevant to that. And also I feel like you are, with the Nine of Pentacles energy and the divine feminine, you are rising in your attractiveness, but that's because of the internal shifts. You might change your appearance as well in this phase, or you already are considering that for some of you. But know that attraction is an internal thing. How you think, how you are, what energy you bring to the table, what energy you put out in the world. That's the key thing. It doesn't matter what you look like. Connection. What's coming up in love? A real soul connection with someone. As I said, with the King of Pentacles, I feel like long-term connection with a lot of romance, with a lot of heat between the both of you. Real love. This is such a beautiful card. Isn't it amazing? Your person that you find might be really romantic with their gestures, with what they say, what they do, taking you out on dates. And I feel like even, as you open up to dating, which I feel like is relevant for this pile that you guys are opening up right now, or very soon, or very recently in the past, you're going to go on romantic dates, is what this is saying. It's wonderful to find someone who really feeds us romantically, isn't it? Such a beautiful energy there. We have forgiveness. So yeah, like I said, some of you are still working on your baggage from the past pain, and working on forgiving the other people who have hurt you in the past, and also yourself, maybe a little bit, okay? And forgiveness is such a high vibration emotion, such a high vibe energy. And where that comes from is it comes from love, okay? I forgive myself and I'm forgiven. I'm just noticing what's written here. I forgive myself, I'm forgiven. So yeah, self-forgiveness, self-love. Some of you are still working on that. Most of you watching this reading. And forgiveness comes from self-love. And forgiveness comes from understanding that in the past, whatever happened between you and the other person, you didn't know better, they didn't know better, they were dealing with their own stuff, they were wounded in their own specific ways, which, gave birth to their own dysfunction, right? And you were wounded in your specific ways, which gave rise to your dysfunction. So forgiveness is from a place of love, from a place of complete understanding. Okay? So yeah, I hope that you find this reading helpful. I hope that that the messages resonated. I'm going to leave your reading here, and yeah, I would love to hear in the comments below how this reading resonated for you. If you chose pile 1, I would love to know your story. I would love to connect more with you on a personal level in the comment section, or you can shoot me an email, which is mentioned in the description box below. And yeah, that is all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi pile 2. So if you picked this burnt orange fire and ice quartz, with the Good Tarot. This is your reading. So in case you skipped or missed the intro, we are obviously looking into your what's coming up next in your love life, and this is for especially for singles and people who are looking for a relationship. And I'm keeping the door wide open, you know, with any sort of message to come through from Spirit, their message for you, or talking about the kind of person that you are going to meet in the future, what you need to know at this time, the time frame, if Spirit is willing to show us that. So the door is wide open. Let's see what comes up for you guys. So what is coming up next in love for pile 2? Okay. We are starting with the Six of Air. This is the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords energy, I feel like there's definitely, you know, stuff from your past. Could be a past relationship, could be a transformation that you're working on yourself when it comes to your own thoughts, your own ideas about love, about relationship, that you are working on right now. But let's see how the reading unfolds. You're definitely shedding the old and trying to imbibe the new, if that makes sense. The Hermit energy. Okay, yeah. So you are undergoing some sort of a transformation, an important one, and in the area of relationship and love. And the Hermit energy is a very isolated sort of an energy, as in you might be self-isolating, or it's also possible that life has just brought circumstances that, you know, keep you away from relationships, from action, from opening the door to newer possibilities. And this is a very self-reflection, a time for self-reflection and growth and loving yourself and focusing on yourself. So that's what I am seeing here. Which is always good, by the way. I love the Hermit energy for the simple reason is that the transformation, I understand and I know, like know as in personally know, that deep transformation is a very isolating process. More often than not, it happens when we are by ourselves and really focused on ourselves. We have the Five of Air. So I still see conflicting thoughts. Five of Air is the Five of Swords energy here. So maybe you're dwelling, you know, on everything that happened in your past at this time, and you're feeling, well, with this rendition of the rendition of the Five of Swords in this kind of card, I feel like despite the conflicting thoughts, okay, that might from time to time pull you down, you're trying to rise above all of that, okay? Very similar to pile 1's reading, I feel like at this point, even with just 3 cards drawn. So if that pile resonated with you too, you might want to check it out. But I feel like you are trying to rise above all that mental conflict, the mental confusion, and trying to gain a sense of balance here with how this card is, you know, rising above the conflict, the 5 pigeons, which to me are representative of your thoughts, and really trying to keep yourself moving in balance, in check. That's the energy that is coming through. Let's get some more. What is coming up in your life? And please understand and know that all of this that you're working on right now, okay, it's very relevant to what's coming up in your love life in the future, as in these experiences, this transformation, especially this self-introspection, this deep dive within yourself that you're doing at this time. It's all gonna work to align you to a new relationship. It's going to be a clarifying, a transformative, as I said, but also clarifying this energy of the Five of swords, and give you that mental clarity, that focus on what you need. Please know that and understand that. So embrace this phase that you're in, and do it right. Do it with, pay attention to yourself, pay attention to what life is calling you to do at this time. And it's all related, because that's the context within which I'm drawing the cards, like what's coming up in your love life, right? So it's all in the context of that. It's all connected to that. So just wanted to say that. Keep that in mind. Okay, what's next? We have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Fire. This is finding yourself, finding your own truths. This is about boundaries, and, you know, getting clear and clarifying, you know, what is it that you are, what is important to you, okay? What is it that you stand up for when it comes to love, when it comes to relationship? So as I said, with the Hermit energy, this is the time for you to think and get clear on those aspects. What is it in relationships, in love connections, in romance that is important to you? And I feel like with the Seven of Wands energy here, that you might have reached a certain level of clarity already. Okay, there's still this process going on where you're shedding your old way of thinking, when you're shedding the past, and really working on discovering yourself, a self-discovery time. But you might have done a lot of work already on that. For some of you, like, reached a certain level of clarification within yourself, and you are standing up proudly and owning that, owning yourself. This is self-acceptance, you know, really standing up for your values, really standing up for your ideas, okay? And not willing to compromise on that, which you shouldn't have to. Okay, when it comes to like seeking new love or seeking romance or seeking connections, newer connections, we shouldn't have to compromise or make do with what's available. And that starts with the first step of knowing what is important to you. Let's see what else comes up. What's coming up in love? Love. This is the Lover's energy. So finding a connection. What's coming up is finding a connection that will be just right to you. A connection with someone, and it will feel so deep, okay? A deep kind of connection, deep love. And I feel like it could be with the woman here and the lion, it could be between two very different individuals almost. Like someone whom you have not... somebody like them you have not dated before. Okay, you have not dated somebody like them before. Oh my God, I can't talk. Sorry. So something like that's very new and very different, and you guys are different, and yet you are able to feel the real sense of connection with them. Okay, there are values. There are these two pillars, two very strong pillars in the background. And this card, that makes me think, you know, like, when it comes to the important things in life, and what you guys focus on in connections and in relationships, that is very aligned, and you are equals when it comes to that. Okay, so that makes for a very strong connection when two people, you know, discover that they value the same things as the other person does. So there is a match there. It kind of feels like very much a match made in heaven kind of situation. So that's happening. That's going to happen for you as you keep working on this energy, keep working with this energy of the Hermit, and work on yourself in rising above from your own negative thoughts or conflicting thoughts. And stand your ground and know that you don't need to compromise. In the past, it's possible with past relationships that you have somewhat compromised on your desires, your needs, and your fulfillment from a romantic connection. It's possible that you just gave in to what was available, or for different reasons, you know. But there were parts of you that were not healed in the past, I feel like, and you have realized it. And you're moving past it, You're still journeying into the future with these new realizations, okay? And self-introspection, that's the door to unlock all of those answers that we seek within ourselves, in understanding ourselves, that is, you know. The need to understand yourself and move forward from that point, knowing what you want, knowing what you desire, knowing what is right for you, regardless of how others feel about it, doesn't matter. That's what's important to you, and that's all that matters, okay? So really getting clear, I feel like, on your ideas of relationship and love will attract the right person in your life. But a soul connection, a deep connection, that's coming for you. Feel reassured. Just by the Lover's energy, you know, I feel fairly sure that that's going to happen. Okay. We have the Messenger of Air. This is the Page of Swords. Or is it the Knight of Swords? Hold on one second. Let me just check the booklet once, and I will be right back, because I don't want to do the wrong interpretation for this reading. So be right back. Okay, so this is the Knight of Swords. The page is named the page with this tarot deck. I'm sorry, this is a fairly new tarot deck. Haven't worked with it so much. Okay, so this is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, okay, there are two messages that are coming through, okay? For some of you, the person that you will meet, or the person that will come into your future, they might be younger than what you are used to dating, or younger than you, okay, a distinct kind of age difference. The other message that I'm getting is about like the characteristics of the Knight of Swords, okay? The Knight of Swords is an energy of someone that is more reactive to situations, to people, to life in general. The Knight of Swords is more reactive rather than, you know, a person who would pause and choose their responses, okay? And in the past, you might have realized that already for yourself, that you were someone who were more reactive rather than more responsive. You might be reacting from a place of your wounding, from your hurt. You might also be realizing that, you know, there is some dysfunction with your own ideas about people, about love, about relationships, and you're in the process of clarifying that, I feel like, you know, really questioning your thoughts. Every time a thought pops up, you know, if the thought makes you feel bad in any way, and by bad, I mean that's an umbrella term, for a host of like negative emotions, that is fear, worry, stressed out, and just the thought doesn't feel good. That's how you know that there's some dysfunction with that thought, okay? And it needs more attention to resolve, which means it needs more understanding, okay? And a need to really understand your motivations and the underlying fears that might be feeding that thought, or bringing that thought up in your mind in the first place. And with the card coming up next to the Hermit energy, I feel like this would be a message for some of you, if not all of you, that you are in the process of really understanding, you know, that there are some thoughts that need to be healed at their source. So a process of, again, as I said, self-introspection, really focusing on yourself. And when I say focus on yourself, we focus on our energy, which is our thoughts and our emotions. Okay, so those are the two messages that are coming through. For some of you, it still could mean that the person that's gonna come into your life is going to be someone younger. Also, I'm getting like, if it's a younger person, then it might demand more patience and more understanding of you, because they might bring in some kind of emotional immaturity into the situation that you might help them resolve. Okay, because you would have done the work by then to gain that level of wisdom and clarity and like learning from your past. And the ability, it's an art actually, to be able to question your thoughts, to see their validity, to really notice how they make you feel. All of that is an art, okay? And by having gone through that process, I feel like you might be kind of like the rescuer, but not like intending to be. You never intend to rescue someone, but you will help this person, this younger person, go through this exact process and work through their own immaturity, like emotional and mental immaturity. Okay? By observing you, I feel like this person is going to learn a lot, and simply by the fact that they feel deep feelings, like real feelings towards you. Feelings, how you feel, are very important, not just in like emotional connections, because romantic connections, how you feel about the person is important, but just in life in general. So I feel like your feelings for them and their feelings for you might become kind of like the transformative vessel that helps them unlock their potential too. Because when we are stuck in a negative headspace and when we are stuck with dysfunctional thoughts, we are not harming anyone else as much as we are harming ourselves, because we are creating those blockages within ourselves, right? And you understand that. I see that you have understood it. When I said the statement, it's going to resonate with you. So by learning this and imbibing this and executing that, self-exploration and getting in touch with your own energy, you might teach this person just by your association with them. Okay? And they might listen to you. They might be someone, they will be someone, not might, they will be someone who will be attentive towards that. And that's because of the feelings, The feelings are a whole different ballgame than our negative way of thinking. When love steps in, when a deep connection, as we see in the lover's energy here, when that steps in, that is very transformative. Why people say like love transforms is because it really makes us question our own energies, our thoughts, our emotions. It really is like a mirror almost. And because we feel that deep connection with someone, and because we have the desire to make it work with them, it becomes like an unconscious, like they don't even have to try. The feelings are the unconscious, like driving force towards their own transformation. So you might find yourself as sort of like a teacher to this person that comes into your life next. Okay, and you would be ready. You would be ready to show them how it's done, to show them the art, as I said, of self-introspection. It's an art. Okay. The world. So I feel like a long-term relationship with the person that I just described is coming in for people who are watching Pal 2 readings. And something that will make you feel complete. You'll find, I say that with an asterisk, which I will explain in a little bit, but it's almost like you guys complete each other. You find the missing pieces. And by that, what I mean is that just by the experience of being human, there will always be certain parts of ourselves that need a connection to heal. Okay, the love exchange between two people, right? The energy exchange between two people. It's very healing, okay? And this, I feel like the next connection is going to be emotionally healing for both of you and make you feel like this is the real deal. This completes me. This feeds me in ways in which I have been starving for so long, and that would be true for both of you, okay? So that's very beautiful, a very beautiful energy coming through for pile 2. I'm loving it. And of course, it would be because you have done the work on yourself, okay? So if you are right now single and there's no person like the one I described that comes to mind with the Knight of Swords, know that that's coming, and you continue. Please continue doing the work on yourself and the introspection and getting more clearer and clearer, okay? Keep going and keep doing things as you were. So we have the Ace of Air, a new beginning, and this rendition of the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords card with the like horse flying. I'm getting a very free, a very like enlightened, a very light, you know, filled with light kind of energy from this. So this would feel, this relationship, this new relationship, okay, which might have started for some of you or, you know, will begin for some of you. It's going to be very freeing, I feel like. And just a new way of being, a new way of experiencing life and going through life, okay? A very good energy to this Ace of Swords card. Something that gives you wings, you know, to be yourself, to fully express yourself. Expression, yes, that is what is coming through. Like your true, authentic self. You guys will be able to present yourselves, like each other, both of you, in the most authentic, free sort of a way, okay? And just to be loved for who you are, just as you are, that experience is going to free your soul, is going to elevate your vibe. Okay, that's the feeling that I'm getting from this Ace of Swords. A really beautiful energy, like I said. A very healing love is coming into your life for pile 2. This card jumped off. Let's see. We have the Devil energy here. For some of you, the devil could mean sexual attraction. That's the first message that I intuitively got. That there would be a lot of like sexual attraction between you guys. For some reason, for this reading and how the reading has been unfolding, I'm not getting like a negative devil in the negative sense, but like feeding yourselves through a sexual exchange, you know, like a very sexual connection is what I'm getting, okay? So literally like on every level, the soul level, the mental, emotional level, you guys would be a very good match, and also the sexual level. This is what the card is confirming for me intuitively. And we have the Fool. Okay, the Fool is about new beginnings, is about being brave, okay? And taking chances, taking leaps of faith, and giving the relationship a chance. And I feel like that kind of bravery, the trust, the faith that Fool represents, you guys will be able to do that for each other in this connection, in the connection that is coming. For this file, surprisingly, it's like really focused on this one connection. You know, the reading, sometimes it comes up as like, oh, you will have different options to choose from, and you will have to take your pick, and you will be in a place where you will be able to take your pick and all that like good stuff. But for this one, this file, it feels like it is talking about a specific person, okay? And finally getting to that place where you will be able to be brave and give this connection a chance. Like really give it wholehearted, your presence in the connection. And why that would be is because of the Fool, I feel like. It would be because of the insane closeness and connection that you feel with each other. That brings up the braveness. Like even if this person has not been, you know, brave in the past, or you have not been brave in the past, and have kind of felt stuck with other connections where, you know, the progress was not as good as you would have liked, or not as fast as you would have liked. With this one, it's going to be like a rapid progress. I feel like it's going to progress at a pace which you are going to really enjoy. Whoa, whoops, look at that. Look at the way this card jumped. Okay. We have the Five of Wands. Okay. So Spirit is saying that still, despite, this being such an awesome connection, be aware that there might be certain points of conflict in this relationship. I'm going to clarify more this Five of Wands energy. And yes, it does surprise me, but what Spirit is saying, almost like, I've been singing praises about this connection, but Spirit is saying realistically, there will be certain points of conflict in this connection. Okay? But to me, that doesn't feel like a conflict that will break the connection. You know what I mean? Like deal breaking sort of issues coming up. I don't get that sense at all. But know that it's not all going to be smooth sailing waters, as relationships generally are. So it's almost like with this card, like Spirit brought us back to earth and pointed out that there might still be certain things that you might disagree on. But that's what it seems like, disagreement. So I want to clarify, I want to get more on the Five of Wands energy. What's this Five of Fire energy here? What's this Five of Wands energy here? Whoops, what's this Five of Wands energy here? We have the Six of Cups. Okay, so the past might interfere. Okay? I think what this is telling me, and what the message is for you, is that, relationships, all right? Relationships in general are designed in a way by Spirit, by the universe, by God, that they are a source of our triggers, okay? So even with this connection, all right, even when you feel so fulfilled and so deeply connected to this person, there might still be from time to time, there might still be a case where you might feel triggered or they might feel triggered because of this connection. And that might result in the conflict. Now that you know through this tarot reading, through these messages, now that you know that that's going to happen, you can be, of course, well prepared. That's one of the purposes of tarot reading. Knowing what, the future holds so that we can be prepared to attend to it, to respond to it and not react to it. Okay? So understanding that since, the Six of Water came up, or the Six of Cups came up as the explanation, or kind of like adding more meat to the Five of Wands energy, understanding that there are things from your past that still need healing. Okay, you will still be healing through this connection. Okay, and your healing is your responsibility. Of course, that's nobody else's. So there will still be aspects of you within you that will demand attention, that will demand more healing. And by knowing this now, you can, respond to it and attend to it and focus on your own healing continually as you navigate this connection. Okay? So that's kind of like the heads up, which I'm very thankful for the universe to bring to us through this reading. Right? It's always when you know that you can do something about it. When you do not know, you might erroneously think of this conflict, this a misunderstanding, as like deal breakers. But no, they would not be that. They would basically be a pointer to the aspects of you from the past that still need healing. That's what they are there for. They are not there to show you that this new person is not right for you, or you should break this connection. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as you watch this reading. And if you are someone watching this reading that has met a person like that in your life, please let me know in the comments below. Please let me know what your story is. It's always very interesting to hear your story and to understand it more deeply. It opens up more facets of the reading for me as a reader. So if you do not mind sharing, I understand that this is a public platform, but if you do not mind sharing, I would appreciate that. Okay. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, like I said, both of you are still work in progress, would still be work in progress as you go through this relationship. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Earth, that is working on yourself. The work on yourself that you're doing right now, as you are, keeping to yourself and mostly focused on yourself, that's not going to end even as you explore this beautiful connection. So remember that. It's not like, a one and done deal, like not something that is over, or you have reached your destination and that's it. That's not what it looks like, and that is not how relationships are in general, not just for you. It could be generalized to like anybody, literally anybody. But that's certainly the case with you guys' connection, that both of you need to understand that there is a continuous need to work on your own selves. Okay? So let me get some oracle messages for you. Bottom of the deck, I notice we have the Two of Cups. A great emotional connection, like I said, with the other person that steps into your life. That's bottom of the deck energy. How I look at it is it kind of summarizes the reading for me. And with the Two of Cups and the Lover's energy, this is going to be a very important, a very healing connection for both of you. Okay, what's coming up in love for pile 2? What's coming up in love for pile 2? We have reach out. So, like I said, for some of you, or for most of you watching pile 2, I got the vibe that you are kind of in isolation or like self-isolating and focusing on yourself, which is great, by the way. Not to say that you should ever stop doing that, but this is a message from Spirit saying, like, if you are considering reaching out to a specific someone, go ahead and do that. Feel safe to do that. If there is someone on your mind, it kind of looks like this person is, definitely thinking about someone, crushing over someone, discovering that, they have feelings for someone else. And Spirit is saying it's safe to reach out. It's safe to pursue this connection. Also, like, as I was saying, if you have sort of cut yourself off and for a while now, if you have not been open to the possibility of relationships, Spirit is saying that now is the time when you can feel safe to open that door, the closed door in the Hermit card there. It's safe, like you're ready to welcome the relationship. But for some of you, I feel like, that message that it's okay to reach out, it's okay to express yourself, to be open is coming up. Throat chakra, express. I said express yourself. And the throat chakra card comes up. So this is about expression. This is about speaking your truth, being able to express your feelings. So I definitely feel like for some of you, this is a message that, if you are wanting to approach someone and tell them your feelings, take this reading and take this message in the reading as a sign that Spirit is saying that it would be okay to do that. Feel safe to do that. Okay, what's coming up in love for you guys? 1, 2. Love abounds. This is the Ace of Cups. Again, a new beginning in love, a new connection, and again, something, a deep emotional connection. Like, I'm getting so many cards that sort of confirm that, this is going to be a very love-filled connection. Okay, the love card, the lovers, the Two of Cups, love abounds. So yeah, need we say more about that? I don't think so. We understand that we are headed towards a lot of love, a lot of healing energy. The healing energy of love is going to take over your life, pile 2. Whoops. Okay. Let's get one more card. Seek. All right. So like I said, this is the Hermit again, actually. The Oracle equivalent of the Hermit card. And seek, to me, again, two messages coming through channeling the Hermit energy, which you guys seem to be in at the moment, or have been in the past. You have sought mental clarity of emotions, and the realizations and the understanding that has come through that kind of a self introspection. I'm noticing the pigeons, and that's why I say that might have given you a lot of peace. Okay, but time now is to open that door, open yourself up to the possibility, and actively putting yourself out there to seek love. Okay, Spirit is saying that you need not remain cut off anymore. You needn't keep the door closed. You have been working on yourself enough, so this is, like Spirit is saying, like you are ready to put yourself out there, and what's waiting out there for you is a wonderful connection. Okay, wow, beautiful energy for this reading. Let me get some more cards from a newer Oracle deck. This is the True Love reading cards that I got yesterday. These came in yesterday, actually. Whoops. Okay, this card flipped over. The Divine Masculine. So like I said, somebody younger. I'm getting the feeling of like somebody younger, like even from this card, this person, like somebody younger is coming through for you. Somebody with a lot of passion. Okay, I'm noticing the lion. Somebody with a lot of passion, a lot of drive. Somebody very strong-headed and wise, with the ego. Okay. So you are attracting your divine counterpart, and it doesn't matter like if you are a female or a male watching this reading, but the divine masculine is the counterpart to the divine feminine, which I feel like you are channeling the feminine energy of introspection, of self-discovery. That all is about the feminine energy. So time to bring in the divine masculine. Okay, time to take charge also. Another message of creating this relationship or attracting this relationship. The masculine energy is all about creation. So again, once again, Spirit is repeating itself, put yourself out there if you haven't been, in a true and a real way, I mean. And what awaits is a beautiful connection for you guys. I hope this reading makes you feel really encouraged and hopeful. Not hope, like it raises your faith in future. I don't like the word hope, because hope is like, let's hope and leave it to, let's see where it goes. I hope it goes for the best. But no, this is faith. This is have faith. You've done the work. You are ready. The Silver Waterfall. Let me get the booklet on this card. As I said, it is a new deck, and let me see the message, what the Silver Waterfall is trying to tell us, because I am not familiar with this Oracle deck yet. So I'm just going to read from the book the message that is meant for us. Many people feel that they are always picking up on other people's negative energy and want to know how to protect themselves from this unpleasantness. They perceive the negativity to be out there and believe that if they could shield themselves from it, they would feel better. The truth is we all carry negative and positive energies, and we all have times in our lives when we feel low. To feel truly lovable and abundant, you need to engage with whoever and whatever comes to you without feeling like you need some sort of a defense. Okay, so I noticed, like, when I drew the and it's funny, I didn't really pay attention to that intuitive message, but I noticed the shield that the divine masculine is holding. So somewhat like, letting your guard down a little bit. That's what's coming up. That you needn't protect yourself or feel like the need to, or feel threatened. Okay. Feel threatened all the time by the world and by everything or everyone that you meet. And you need not waste your time like doubting their intentions, because as long as you know who you are and what place you are coming from, that's all you need to focus on and take care of. Okay. The best way to stay balanced and healthy in a busy world is to raise your own vibration in as many ways as possible. So this means eating nutritious food, looking after yourself, blah, blah. I feel like for pile 2, you guys are pretty adept already in taking care of yourselves and like focusing on yourselves. So basically the message is keep doing that, and the how that will help you is by raising your vibration, and that itself is protection. That is enough in equipping you to deal with whatever comes your way. Because like I said, I get the feeling that you guys have sort of created a lot of like boundaries, and maybe you're self-isolating at this time and not really being open to the possibility of connecting with someone. And that message gets repeated, like with the locked door of the Hermit card, and this one, reaching out to a specific person, if that's what you're thinking about, or just reaching out to people and seeking, being open to seeking. So I feel like there might be, for some of you, this might be true, that you have remained closed off for a while now. And Spirit is saying that the only thing you need to do is keep raising your vibrations by taking care of yourself, by protecting yourself, by focusing on yourself. And that in itself is a protection enough. Okay? So a wonderful message and a newer perspective, I hope this gave you in opening up and opening up your life, opening up your heart, taking risks, taking chances, expressing yourself more. Because sometimes fear can be something that is stopping you from expressing yourself. Or, that is the thing that is keeping you, or maybe that is why you don't give yourself permission to open up. So that's coming up as a distinct message for some of you, that you needn't worry. Don't hold on to fear. Soulmates, there we go. Because what is coming up, as I keep saying, the moment you open the door, the Hermit's door that is closed, and you open up to the possibility of new love, there is a very soulmate type of connection. Do we need any more evidence of that with the love card, or the Lover's card, the Two of Cups, and the Soulmates card now? It's like Spirit is reiterating the message again and again, that you needn't worry. The right person is out there for you. And at bottom of the deck, I saw sexuality. So like I said, with the Devil and the Temptation, this kind of confirms, the Devil card, the energy. I didn't feel like any negative intonations that are usually the part of Devil's card or the Devil card. I didn't feel that was a relevant message to your reading. And sexuality, like being able to express yourself sexually, feeling safe to do that with this person. And maybe in the past you have not felt that, or you have not had that avenue. But this relationship, this deep connection, there's a sexual component to it too that you will get to express and enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading here. I do hope that this reading was helpful. I do hope that it made you see things differently, to feel, differently about certain things that might be blocking you at this time. And please let me know in the comments below if this reading resonated, and please let me know your story. I would love to hear that if you're willing to share that on a public portal, as I said. So thank you so much for watching, and please consider giving this video a thumbs up if it resonated, and also subscribe and stay for future readings to come. So thank you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, pile three. I apologize for already drawing the cards. This is what happened. I sat down to begin filming your portion, pile three reading, and I looked up into my camera's viewfinder, which is up here. It's an overhead filming setup. And I realized that I forgot to hit the record button. Okay, so it was just me talking, drawing the cards, and then I see up and I'm like, this is not being recorded. So, anyways, I'm going to not begin the reading from the start since I already drew the cards, and these are the cards that are meant for you. But welcome to your reading, and this is, of course, if you chose the red fire and ice quartz with the Art of Life tarot deck. As you can see, the Art of Life tarot deck is based on artwork. So these are actual real paintings that you see in the cards, with tarot card names assigned to each of the paintings, and each of the paintings or the cards also comes with a quote. Okay, but for the purpose of the reading, I will include the quote and go to the quote only if I intuitively feel drawn to do so. Okay, so anyways, here are your 8 cards that I already drew, and we are looking into what's coming up in love for you guys. So I'm going to start with the top row, okay? With the 8 of Wands energy that we started off with, I feel like a new connection is coming in, and coming in really soon for you guys, okay? Sooner than you would expect, all right? And it's an opportunity. 8 of Wands is really fast moving energy, and an opportunity that comes in like a flash in the pan, kind of like, not a flash in the pan because that's something, that kind of shows up and then disappears, but like something that's coming in really fast, okay? Can catch you off guard, okay? But that does not mean that you guys are not prepared to receive this relationship, to receive this kind of love, okay? Because sometimes, opportunities come our way and we are not prepared to respond to them correctly. But that's not the case that I find with you guys. With the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups energy here, I feel like you guys are emotionally very ready. Oh, if I could pick these cards up to show them to the camera. Okay, with the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups energy, this I feel represents your energy, and I feel like you guys are emotionally ready to receive or enjoy or respond to correctly the kind of love that you are looking for and have been looking for. With the 9 of Cups energy, this is the energy of someone that's really hoping. It's a hopeful kind of energy. And you know how we prepare for a task, for something that we desire in the future, and we prepare for it. We put in the work. We make sure that we become actually very deserving of our desire, and we go after it, not like actively, but we are primed in a way to attract what we have been desiring into our life from this place, after having put in the work, after having aligned ourselves to our goal, and in general feeling very ready and feeling very prepared. It's a place of wishing. Okay, the 9 of Cups, if you know the tarot and if you're familiar with the meaning somewhat, 9 of Cups is considered a card of wishing for something. So that's the kind of, honest hopefulness I've sensed with your pile. Okay, you guys have been not only are you ready, but you have been, I feel like, ready for a while. Okay, and because of this preparedness, expect new love to come into your life like suddenly, okay? Suddenly and really fast. Know that you have done the work, first of all. Know that there's nothing else that you could do or you would want to do in order to prepare yourself more to receive the kind of love that you want, okay? With the Page of Swords energy,
I'm sensing the energy of someone, okay, that's kind of like a curious, ever the student, ever the learner, somebody who's willing to challenge their own thinking kind of vibe from this new person that's coming in, or this relationship, okay, would put you and them in that energy, you know, curious about life, enthusiastic about life. They kind of bring that enthusiasm and add to already present enthusiasm within you, which I find, like, you know, with the Nine of Cups energy, there already is kind of like an openness to you. I feel like you are ready for new experiences, you're ready for learning new things, maybe even travel. You know, that's the thing that's coming up too, as an intuitive message here, that maybe you guys both would love to travel. Maybe you guys are, you know, into the same kind of like outdoorsy activities, as well as the stuff that you do indoors. You know, somebody who loves reading and books, and reading books towards their own self-development. That's another thing that's coming up. So somebody who's always looking to refine their thought, refine their way of thinking, always challenging their own patterns of thinking via learning and via newer experiences in life. It's the kind of energy of your person or of you. Like, it's flippable, but it kind of feels like with their presence, or because of them in your life, that gets enhanced somehow, that quality, or that desire to, again, expand your own horizons, expand your own mind, that somehow gets enhanced. Now, for the bottom row, with the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, I feel like you will be connecting with someone really mature, grounded. This person could have a certain level of financial stability, and also somebody who's looking for a serious relationship. Okay, so looking to settle down, looking to create a family. Okay, there might be children involved as well. With the Queen of Cups, there's a child in this card, and there's a child here, so I'm kind of sensing that there might be children involved, as in you would have children, or maybe they have children from the past. But this is someone who values stability in life. Okay, somebody who takes decisions and thinks long term. Okay, they're not looking for a fling, they're not looking to just hook up or to just have fun and date. I mean, they would have fun, of course, but that's with a purpose in mind, which is to create a long-term relationship. Okay, so that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. With the Two of Cups, that's a card of a deep emotional connection. Okay, so really fulfilling emotional connection with this person, somebody who just gets you, you know, somebody who listens to you, who is interested in hearing what you have to say. And again, with the Page of Swords, it's almost like it's a delightful, like, conversations with them. It's a delightful experience, and I'm looking at, you know, like the outdoorsy vibe of this card and of this painting. In case you're interested, it's the Terrace at Sante Address. I can't pronounce that, by Claude Monet. It's a Monet painting. Anyways, I was looking at, you know, the scene outdoors and by the water, and, you know, two people on a date talking by the ocean side. So as I was saying, like, a very pleasant, a very, what do you call it, uplifting connection I'm sensing, like, for both of you. They would feel like it's amazing to just to hear you talk and just to exchange ideas, and that would be the nature of your dates, I feel like. Oh, here you go. I love you not only for what you are, but what I am when I am with you. That's what I meant to say, like a very uplifting connection. It's a really wonderful vibe to this Two of Cups. Now, with the Justice and the Three of Swords card kind of bracketing the bottom row that we have for you, I feel like with the Justice card, as I said, this person might come in, and the Three of Swords, this person might come in with some kind of emotional pain, emotional baggage from the past. And with the Justice card, it could be that they are dealing with the end of another relationship from their past. Okay, so they might be going through or have just gone through a divorce, a separation, the loss of a spouse that's coming in too, like as in maybe their spouse passed away, or maybe their spouse is the one that chose to end the connection and that left them with a lot of pain. So they would be coming in with that hurt, and that pain in their heart, and you might find that they're quite affected by what is going on over there. I'm going to get some more clarification on the Three of Swords energy, and what I hope to see, or what I hope to receive from Spirit, is to see how this pain would affect your connection, if anything. But so far, what I'm seeing from the cards is that despite having to deal with it, deal with the pain that they would be going through, it's still an uplifting connection and a good kind of strong emotional connection that they would feel to you. So, but let's get some more. What's this Three of Swords energy doing here? What's this Three of Swords energy for pile 3? The Moon. Yeah, so when the Moon energy comes through, or the presence of the Moon energy itself, this is talking about our traumas, okay? And the wounds that we have sustained, the wounds that we have not completely healed from, okay? That affecting our present moment. So it seems like you would notice with them that despite everything that's, like great and awesome about the connection, there are still some, aspects, the darker parts of their being, which we all have light and shadow aspects within us. So it doesn't make them any less or more than any other human being, of course. But you would find that from time to time within this connection, there are certain effects of the unhealed trauma that they bring from the past. Okay, let's get some more clarification. What's the Sword energy and the Three of Swords energy? And I'm also going to get specific advice for you, because once such a thing comes up in a tarot reading, and you are aware and you know what to expect kind of from this person, despite the wonderful things. Once you know and you get the advice on how to handle it, then you know and you're prepared, right? And you can tackle it better, is what I'm trying to say. What's this Three of Swords, Moon energy? What's the Three of Swords and Moon energy here? We have the King of Swords, yeah. So the King of Swords is again, sometimes you might find this person cutting off from their own emotions, okay? The King of Swords is someone who values logic and values thought, reason, more than they value emotions, okay? So you might find from time to time, okay, this person might come across as a little disconnected from the connection, from the relationship, disconnected from the emotions they have in this connection, and just kind of lost in their own world, kind of. And it could also be possible that sometimes, this person comes across as someone that's not responding as good, as well, or as perfectly as they used to when you guys were dating, okay? So their inner pain surfacing might bring in this aspect of the King of Pentacles, which is, and the Two of Cups energy, which is very contrasting to the King of Swords energy. So sometimes being cut off from their emotions, and sometimes just being too dry, too logical, and know and understand that that is not about you, that is coming from their past trauma. Okay, let me get some more on this Justice card and see what's the energy of Justice about for your reading. So what is the Justice energy here for pile 3? It almost feels like to this person there are two distinct sides. The warm, emotional, loving. We have the Strength card. Yeah, so definitely going through something like a separation and or a divorce, and really trying to be strong, through that process. And it seems like the challenge, the the main spiritual lesson that has stepped into their lives, is through this separation, through this divorce, through this loss that they would be dealing with. And it would be a very spiritually strengthening time for them as well as for you, if you do choose to stick by this person and be their support system during this phase, but from a place of understanding, of course, that whatever they are going through and the effects of that, it's not about you. Okay, so let me go into, let's look at the bottom of the deck energy. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the quote, I like the quote that comes with the Seven of Swords in this deck. One must have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. So it feels like some challenges within the relationship, even within your person, they do come up. Regardless of that though, I feel like this is going to be a really fulfilling, uplifting connection, okay, with these darker aspects to it, as we see here with the Justice, the Strength, the King of Swords, the Three of Swords card, and what was this card? The Moon card. So from time to time there are these challenges, but as the Seven of Swords in this, the quote that I saw, that sometimes, going through chaos together, it's strengthening not only for you guys, but also for the relationship. I feel like sometimes going through tough experiences together, and by choosing to be present in the connection through chaos and things not being perfectly all right, that strengthens the relationship. Okay, that might, or that will open up, it feels like, that will give birth to a dancing star, as it says. That might open up new chapters and new avenues within your connection, and enhance it and deepen it. Okay, so that's one thing that's coming up as a distinct message. And the how I look at the bottom of the deck tarot card is, for me as me as a tarot reader, it represents the overall energy of the reading and kind of summarizes it. So the Seven of Swords is a card of running away. Okay, and there are other meanings to this card, and if you've heard those in the past, like people saying that this, or readers, and they would be right, of course, but some readers take it in the sense like this would mean deception and keeping things, but that's not what is relevant to your reading here. So I don't think that your person would be hiding things from you or being deceptive. Okay, Seven of Swords to me in this reading for your spread, what it means is that there's still some parts within themselves that they are hiding from or running away from and not dealing with. And that's the energy of the Moon card. And it could be true for you too, by the way, because it has come up as the summarizing card for the entire reading. So there will be certain parts of you and certain parts of them that they are running from and you are running from. Okay, so not yet ready to deal with those unhealed parts of yourself, and they not being ready to deal with those unhealed parts of themselves. And this relationship kind of forces both of you, and I use the word force because, unconsciously, when we seek out relationships, it's an unconscious process, but sorry, that might be a conscious process, but unconsciously the spiritual agenda is always, to bring into focus and to bring to the surface those aspects of ourselves that need healing. More often than not, that is the case. So this relationship, this connection might bring up those aspects for both of you, okay? But if you stick through it, if you do choose to understand this deeply, first of all, and if you do choose to stick it out, it feels like this is a connection that can go quite far. And I'm saying that because of the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups energy here, okay? So there will be a lot that, you will find that you value about this connection, that you value about this person. There will be a lot over which you will connect with them, okay? They will bring stability, I feel like, to your energy, and kind of ground you in a way, okay? So there will be a lot to appreciate there, and there will be challenges, as usually is the case with connections, right? So overall, the message I feel like Spirit is saying that this would be a connection worth at least considering for the long term, but provided that you understand that the challenges that come up are not like directly or necessarily because of you, okay? Don't make it about yourself. Like, don't take it personally. What they do or what they don't do in chaotic times, or the times when they are dealing with this Three of Swords energy, okay? Because it's present. It's present here. They are coming in with a bit of a pain, and the Moon energy. So as long as you understand that and don't take it personally, you would realize that there's a lot that that is of value in this connection. Of course, like, the ultimate future of this relationship is up to you and up to the other person. There's always a lot that is dependent on the power of choice, okay? The choice that you make in life. So please understand that. With every tarot reading, you can choose to take the messages and then do something about it, or, you can listen to this now and be like, that's not something that I'm ready to deal with, and you can open up the door for some other relationship. But this particular relationship is coming across as a very strong possibility for you guys, for the people watching the Pile 3 reading, is what I have to say. You might come across a person like that, an experience like that, and if you do, please let me know in the comments below, or maybe you have met someone like that already. Okay, so let me know in the comments below if this resonated. But let's go to your oracle messages. Okay, what is coming up for you? Oh my God. Okay, it's always the bottom 1 or 2 or 3 cards that are sticking to the table and a challenge to pick up. Anyways, what's coming up for you in your next relationship, or what's coming up in love? But this kind of feels like the next relationship, the next significant experience that's coming up for you, Pile 3. Okay? What's coming up for you within this? Change your focus. This is the Five of Cups energy, and I feel like through this connection, okay, you might get triggered, somewhat triggered, and from time to time triggered as well. Then we have, this is the Emperor with lead. So as I said, with this connection, you might get triggered from time to time. Your person might come or become triggered or get triggered from time to time. And when that happens, okay, when we are in the Five of Cups energy, I don't know if you remember, I'm thinking of the traditional kind of Rider-Waite rendition of the Five of Cups card. And this person is looking at three fallen cups, but there are two cups that are standing right behind the person in the card. Like, that's the representation in most tarot decks that are based on Rider-Waite. What that card is asking us to do, or what the message or the challenge of the card is, not to focus our attention and energy on the problems, the issues, okay? But look at the other two standing cups, or look at the positive side of things that really make us happy. Now, this is not toxic positivity. Let me be very clear about that. Toxic positivity is about like feeling or kind of forcing yourself to feel positive or differently about whatever it is that you're dealing with, the pain that you're dealing with right now. You force yourself to think differently and feel differently, but at the core of your being, you're actually pretty sad. Okay, the pain is still present. The pain is actually demanding that you heal it, that you pay attention to it, but we kind of cut ourselves off, and we just force ourselves to feel positive. That's not the kind of energy of the Five of Cups or the spiritual message of the Five of Cups. But what the message is that sometimes in connections, I'll speak of relationships since this is a relationship reading. Sometimes in relationships we get so hyper focused on the problems that perpetuates the problems, okay? That we see no way out of a situation, and we become way too focused on the problems. The way to handle this is to allow the problems to be, okay? Whatever is unfolding, and there's some major energies from your reading that I saw with the Moon energy, the Three of Swords energy, combined together. Like there would be certain like major forces affecting this connection, this beautiful connection that you would have with this person. It would certainly get affected by those energies. But what the message is that don't focus a lot on how can you or what can you do to resolve it. That is not the question here, and that's not the question that you should be asking yourself. Instead, look at the goodness in the connection that they bring to the table, okay? Instead, allow those issues to be there, but focus more on the beauty of the connection, the positive aspects of the connection, okay? And by doing so, sometimes, and more often than not, we heal the issue or we heal the problems by allowing them to be. Oh my God, look at my struggle in picking up the card. You see, like there's a pathway. It's misty and it's quite cloudy, but there is a path, okay, that this person is looking at, rather than the fact that there are so many so much confusion and mistiness and just mist. Like this to me is lack of clarity, lack of answers, lack of seeing a way out, okay? But there is a way, and the way is created by itself when we remove our attention and focus from the problems, okay? As I said during the reading, don't make the problems about you, don't make them anything to reflect on the relationship, and don't make it, as like an inherent huge flaw with your person as well. So no blaming yourself, no blaming them. It's just something that they would be going through. It's just something that is affecting the connection. I've never had this type of a reading so strongly, where I felt this so strongly, and such kind of like a direct message came through for the querent, or like the person watching this reading, which is you. Never had that in a reading, that the specific message don't make the problems in the connection to mean something about you, and kind of just like leave it alone for now. But there you go, the message is coming through for your reading. Anyways, I was distracted by this lead card, and to me, the Emperor energy is an energy of detachment, okay? High confidence and high level of detachment, okay? So even when you are in the connection, all right, and the direction that you want to take the connection, and yes, you have a lot of power when it comes to determining the direction of this relationship, okay? How you must, or how you should, or what is coming up as a suggestion for you, that how you would make this possible is by leading your person through example of how you handle the challenges of life, okay? How you conduct life, how you are present to life and the challenges of life. So just by focusing and changing your vibe and always keeping your vibe high, okay, your confidence level high, kind of feels like that would affect your person greatly in this connection, okay? So keep your confidence levels as high as they are now with the Nine of Cups energy and the Queen of Cups energy. I feel like, as I said in the beginning, you guys have been ready for a while. You have done the work on yourself, okay? So here I'm talking to you that's coming across as quite a mature and prepared, ready to handle relationship status, a prepared soul, okay? I'm not talking to somebody who's like naive here, I feel like, okay? Somebody who understands, takes charge of themselves, okay? With the Emperor energy, the Emperor is very much in charge of his energies. And by energies, I mean, layers of thought, layers of emotions. He knows how to keep them in check, how to keep heading in the direction that he desires, how to conduct himself, how to behave himself through various situations in life. So that's the kind of energy that is coming through as a message, as a reminder for you guys that you already do this. You already are good at taking care of yourselves. And by continuing to do that, you bring in a very good example from which I feel like your person will learn, consciously or unconsciously, but it's definitely going to affect the energy of this connection. So yeah, it makes sense, that you're being given advice as to what is in your power and what is it that you should do to keep this connection headed in the direction that you want it to go. Then we have listen, and look at that, we have teach, okay? So the High Priestess and the Hierophant energy, as I said, the vibe that I'm getting from you guys, watching this reading right now, is that you already are quite intuitive. You're a good listener, and a good observer. You learn a lot through, observation. And I feel like you also don't feel the need to comment on each and everything, as in you can rein in. You can rein in and decide and make the choice when it comes to what you have to speak and what is unnecessary to be said, and just learn from, okay? And because of that vibe that you bring to the table, the intuitive, the wisdom, your intuition, engage with that wise side of yourself, okay, as you navigate this connection. And you will be able to see things more clearly. You will be able to hold the right perspective, I feel like, of any kind of going on in this connection. And teach, like I said, through you, your person or their soul evolves, learns, and grows just by watching your example, I feel like. Okay, and the way you present yourself and conduct the relationship and life in general. Okay? So you are what's coming up as a natural teacher, so not like, not somebody who like consciously sits down and, you know, teaches other people, but just by the sheer quality of being you. You are a inspiration. That's the word. A source of inspiration. Like people like looking up to you, or in this connection, your person would be looking up to you to learn these aspects of how to navigate the pain, how to conduct yourself through the pain, how you deal with challenging situations. They would pick up and learn a lot from you. Okay? So you got this, kind of like these messages, so you got this, you know how to do this. As I said, there's a certain level of like readiness and preparedness that is coming through for you guys, the ones watching the reading. And just keep doing that, keep being you. Okay? So even the challenges of the relationship, apart from the like uplifting aspects of it, I feel like with the challenges, this reading is saying that you would be able to handle it. Okay? I'm using another oracle deck which I just got like 2 days ago. I haven't worked with it yet so much, but this is the True Love reading cards by Belinda Grace. So let's see what is coming up. What are the messages for you? The Rainbow Reviver. Such a beautiful card, such a beautiful, happy card. I'm going to go into the booklet that comes with this oracle deck. As I said, I apologize, I haven't worked with the cards so much, but let's see what the message of the Rainbow Reviver card is. Here we go. We all need a little lift from time to time, and a Rainbow Reviver is a great way to put a smile on your face. When you are single, the rainbow can help you feel more positive and lovable. If you are in a relationship and the challenges of life have worn you down a little, the rainbow will brighten your day. You can give yourself a Rainbow Reviver anytime, and it only takes a minute. First, take a nice deep exhale fully and get present in your body and the moment. Okay, so the Rainbow Reviver is kind of like a practice that this card is referring to, in cases when, you're single or when you are facing certain challenges in a relationship. So it says, take a nice deep breath, exhale fully and get present in your body and the moment. Then, imagine a rainbow with its 7 rich, luminous colors. Picture the rainbow flowing towards you and streaming into your crown chakra, the top of your head, filling you up until you overflow, allowing it to wash over the surface of you as well. Then affirm to yourself, this rainbow is cleansing, uplifting, and energizing. I feel positive, peaceful, and happy. You have drawn this card today because your angels and spirit guides would like you to use this simple technique whenever you need a cosmic hug. They even suggest that you put a picture of the rainbow on your mobile phone, computer, and in your wallet to remind you of this lovely technique, because life gets busy and it's easy to forget that help is at hand. Life gets busy and easy to forget that help is always at hand. Drink in the soothing, healing, and uplifting energy of the rainbow as often as you like. You can't overdo it. Okay, so kind of, I'm getting like visualization technique kind of vibe from this. And it is a form of meditative techniques that some people do use and highly recommend. And if you are one of them watching, this video, then take this as a message to revive that technique. Even when you're single or when you are, in a relationship and dealing with challenges, basically an uplift your own spirit kind of message. And I strongly feel that this this sort of a message, this you can do it, like uplift your own spirit and be there for yourself, and having faith that, you know, help is at hand when you go seeking. Cosmic help is at hand, is coming up in your reading because you are prepared, first of all, and that, you know, you might be a believer of the message. Okay, so take it as it resonates. But regardless, like visualization techniques, like visualizing the what they said about like the rainbow and the crown chakra, and then allowing it to go down your spine to the other chakras, that's a legit yogic technique from what I know and what I've read and what I understand. It's taught as a method of recharging your energy centers or your chakras. Okay, so let's see. Love. Huh. Amazing. So engaging in practices of self-love, as the Rainbow Reviver suggests, but also bringing love into the connection. You know, as I was saying previously, you know, try not to take things personally, not only in this connection, but in relationships in general. What other people do, what they don't do. We sometimes take it to mean something about ourselves, and we go into kind of like that analytical mode. Oh, you know, what did I say, or what could I have done in a better way and whatnot. So one of the ways to address it is to send the situation, the connection, the relationship, send it more love, send it more light. And in doing that, what you're essentially doing is you are understanding that other people, that the problems are not a reflection on you or not about you, as well as you're bringing forgiveness into the situation, which in itself is more healing. Okay, so there's nothing like actively that you can do to fix the issues that come up in relationships or in life. Sometimes, you know, there's literally nothing, but all you can do is send them love, send the situation love, send the situation immense understanding. That's a very high vibration. So keep the focus on love, keep the focus on keeping your vibe high. Okay, and taking care of yourself. And I feel like, you guys, this is also like the Nine of Cups energy. Yeah, I feel like you guys already understand this at some level, and maybe even actively do it, you know. As I said, let me know in the comments below if you do practice visualization techniques in your meditations as a part of self-care. Resolving conflict, again, look at this. Look at this, oh my God. Empathy, compassion, understanding. Okay, this card is kind of like the final confirmation that we need for this reading for pile 3, is that, you know, the way to resolve conflict is to bring in all of those positive emotions to the situation and send all of that to the person that you are dealing with or in a relationship with. Okay, so bring in love, empathy, compassion, and understanding. What a good close off to this pile 3 reading. Okay, so like I said, for you guys, for pile 3, a very specific relationship and the advice around that came through unexpectedly, of course. And never know how a reading is going to unfold. Sometimes, you know, it comes up that you will have several options when you're dating, or sometimes it's like you know, advice on how you can become more open to relationships and to connections, and how to keep yourself in check and align with the possibility. But for this pile, literally like a specific relationship, a major relationship in your life came through, and advice around that. So yeah, that was unexpected and surprising and delightful. So I'm going to leave your reading here, and I do hope sincerely that this was helpful and it resonated. Please let me know in the comments below if you have already met a person that this reading sort of describes, and if somebody comes to mind And if this reading helps you to see things differently, to put it in a different perspective. And yeah, take care of yourself. I feel like you already are a very high vibe and sort of a healer energy kind of coming through, you know, with this person sending love to the situation, and the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I kind of feel like you guys are natural healers, maybe not actively involved in like healing other people, but just your vibe is coming across as very wise, and that of a healer. So let me know how and in which ways this reading resonated for you. If it did, and if it did help in any way, big or small, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing and staying back for more future readings to come. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, Pal 3.